Just your thoughts on rejoining the organization after a little hiatus.
Yeah, it's been a fun journey. Took a little detour in Russia, and kind of miss my family back here. You know, there's still a lot of guys that are still here from when I played, and it's a super warm welcome. Everyone's been really nice, and it's good to catch up. So it's just good putting on the jersey again.
What was your reaction to obviously the process in Chicago, getting put on waivers, and then having a familiar team, want you and pick you up?
Yeah, I was a little. I don't know the right word, but I was a little nervous. Obviously, you never know what's going to happen. And when I heard Phoenix, Arizona pick me up, it was all joy. I know it's going to be a good transition because I know the area, I know the players, know the organization, the fans. So it was all smiles when I heard.
What was it like on the ice today? Just trying to get acclimated and get familiar with some of the new faces. There's some that are still here.
Everyone's been really nice coming up. Teased me a little bit. Got to run the team stretch there right at the beginning, so that was a nice little welcome home present, I guess. And after that, it's straight to business. Work hard and start helping the team.
Obviously, they've had a little bit of a rough patch on this road trip, but how do you expect to come in, and what kind of role can you see yourself settling into?
I've had multiple roles last couple of years. First two lines, last two lines. So I can really fill in any spot, and I'm just anxious to get back on the ice anywhere I get put in, and give it 100%, learn the system as quick as possible, and start helping this hockey team.
How had this season been going, just coming back into the NHL and with Chicago? I know maybe we hadn't had regular playing time as much as you'd hope, but how had it been just readapting to the NHL game?
It was really fun right off the bat. It's kind of a goal I had for myself was to get back in the NHL, and spending a couple years in Russia, really got to develop my game a little bit more on the offensive side and become a little more well-rounded, and it was good getting a chance to test myself again. And it's a great group of guys over there and tons of players to learn from. Great organization. Obviously didn't have as much playing time as I wanted, but that's where Arizona came in and saved my butt and offered me a chance. So that's what I'm really looking forward to right now.
Obviously, everyone will remember you from when you just kind of broke in as a rookie. 7 years ago maybe. And then obviously to go back to Russia. Why was that a path that you decided to take at that time, and how did that help you?
That's a good question. That's something I was discussing a lot with my dad and my grandpa, and kind of came to the conclusion that the KHL is I'll develop better there. It's a better overall level than the AHL. I might not get a chance to get called up, but as a player, I'll learn more. I'll play more, and I think they were right. I definitely developed and got a fair share of ice time.
Why come back? Why last summer, I guess, did the NHL creep back into your mind? And
the NHL honestly has been in my mind ever since I left. It's a childhood dream, I think, like any guy in this locker room would say, and that's always been my goal in my career is to play in the NHL. And it just happened that time wasn't exactly right in between contracts, and it's always tough to get that timing down. And this was finally the year that everything kind of clicked, and time for the comeback.
Yeah,
We've been in touch with management and coaches almost every year. Even during the year, I've had calls with Don, and always checking up. And I always knew the team was interested. And like I said, sometimes the time just didn't click. In between contracts and stuff. But I guess we all got what we wanted in the end. So it's all fitting.
It almost feels full circle.
Yeah, it does. Sure does. Yeah.
Has a lot changed? You don't look like you've changed. A little longer hair,
a little
maybe.
more hair, yeah.
But does some of the same faces, the trainings.
That's probably the best part. There's a lot of guys, and I know it's been 5 or so years, but it looks like no one's aged at all. It's crazy, kind of like I'm going back in time a little bit. So that's obviously really good to see, and a lot of the guys that I left back here have done really well too. So obviously they've still got some catching up to do with them.
Yeah. Do you hope to be long-term NHL? Do you just look at just this year? I know it's just this year now with Arizona, but how do you look long-term?
Long-term, I obviously, like I said, I want to stay in the league, and if it's with Arizona, it's even better. That'd just be icing on the cake. But for me, the goal is to play in this league and play with the best, play against the best players in the world, and try to improve myself. So that's kind of the goal going forward.